Thank you. So, I got my table here. My x is across the top, my y is across the bottom. I know that my m, or my slope, is going to be the change in y over the change in x. All right, so to find my change in x, I'm going to do my arrows across the top and ask myself, how can I get from 0 to 5?
Add 5.
I'm adding 5. What about from 5 to 10 on the top? Adding 5 again. So this change here of plus 5, is that going to go on the top of my fraction or the bottom? It's going to go on the bottom because it's my change in what? X. Yep, y over the x. What's my change in y from 1 to 2? Plus 1. What about 2 to 3?
Plus 1.
Plus 1. Now we want to always make sure that it's the same change, okay? Want to make sure it's the same on the bottom and the same on the top. So my 1's going to go up top.
What would you do if it wasn't the same?
If it wasn't the same, then you wouldn't be able to find the slope. Because what you would have is a line that when you graph it, it would look something like this. Right? Is that a straight line?
No.
No. So if you have a consistent number on the bottom and a consistent number on the top, you know it's going to be a straight line. Might not necessarily go through the origin, and we'll talk about that next week. But there's my slope, 1 over 5. Can I simplify 1 over 5 at all? No. I can't just write equals 5?
No.
No, why not? Because it doesn't equal 5?
5 over 1. Then
That's right. 5 over 1 would equal 5. 1 over 5 is just 1 over 5. Right? Is 1 over 5, is that a big number or is that a small number? That's a small number, right? So if we were to graph this line, we would see a pretty flat line, right? A hill that's very easy to walk up, like we talked about the other day. Okay? For number 7, across the top, I've got a change of plus 2. Across the bottom, I've got a change of minus 6. Good morning. Right? From 6 to 0, we're subtracting, so we're getting smaller. This is all for me? Oh, cool. Thank you. Oh, it's your pictures.
Yay!
We'll do that at the end.
No.
What? We're not going to do it right now. All right. So my m, how can I set up my fraction? What over what for number 7?
Negative 6 over 2.
Perfect. So remember we have to...
Negative 3.
Good. We're always going to see the x's on the top. But my x change is always going to go on the bottom. So we have to consciously remember to kind of flip our numbers around. My top number goes to the bottom. My bottom number goes to the top. Just like Zach said, negative 6 over 2 gives me negative 3. Give me a thumbs up if you got negative 3 for number 7. Anybody? Zach got it. Anila got it. Eva, Daniel, Emily, Bonnie, Ray. Good. Gianni. Perfect. Let's take a look at the back. Number 12. All right, number 12. On the top, how do I get from 5 to 0?
Minus 5.
Minus 5. We're getting smaller, so that's subtraction. You guys with me? Yeah? On the bottom, how do I get from 5 to 6? Plus 1. All right, so my slope, negative 5 over 1, comes out to just negative 5, right?
What?
No?
I put 1 over negative 5.
You got 1 over negative 5? What made you put 1 over the negative 5?
Y over your x.
Oh, the 1 is my y?
Yeah.
How do you know the 1 is your y, though?
Because it says y right there.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Thank you for catching that. So the 1 goes on top? Yeah? The negative 5 goes on bottom?
I'm trying to be mean. I'm just...
No, I did it on purpose. I wanted you to catch it. So thank you for doing that. Now, okay, fellas in the back. Stop messing around. What can I do now? I do have one little thing I want to change. What is it that I need to change here? Yeah, Eva. The negative, where do I want to put the negative?
In front of the whole thing.
Where am I going to put it? In front of the whole fraction. We don't want to leave it on the bottom. All right? Because again, this is rise over run. If my run is negative, what direction would I be going? Right or left? If my run is negative, I'd be going left, right? And we don't want to run to the left. We always want to run to the right. So I bring my negative up to the top. Boom. There's my answer. Negative 1 over 5. Anybody get that? Number 12, negative 1 over 5?
Me.
Okay, good. Great.
Literally.
Last but not least, number 14. Over the top, I got plus 3. On the bottom, how do I get from 18 to 12? Subtract 6. Good. So my m is negative 6 over 3. What is negative 6 divided by 3?
2.
Just 2? Negative 2. Good. Remember, a negative over a positive always gives us a what?
A negative.
Negative. That's right.
So,
Any other questions we can answer here?
no. I think I got it.
That went a lot quicker than I was anticipating.